All right. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Is this thing on? Is this thing on? All right, and we're live. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to day 2 of Activate Your Power. Listen, I'm not going to be before you very long because we actually have another host for today. So excited to bring up another face for you to get familiar with, along with all of our presenters that will be taking the stage today. Yesterday, I talked a lot about the vision of women in media, what we do, and who we are. But I don't think I told you enough about why I do what I do as the founder and president of Women in Media Global. I want you to understand that there are several whys for me being a part of this vision and what it is that we are embarking on as a journey. We've been on this journey for 8 years. So sis, understand we're not new to this, but we are true to this. One of the reasons why this passion is so important to me because this vision, I understand and know that it has been given to me by God. And with that, I am solely committed into seeing his vision come to light. My second why is unity. I strongly believe in working together in collaboration and unity and bringing not only women together, but strong leaders who want to empower other women. And thirdly, women in media, we are all about taking a holistic approach to leadership. And that means that we are providing you with professional development, but it's not just about your profession and your career, but it's also about how you show up as that leader. And when you have a holistic approach to that, that means that wellness is a part of the journey and that it is your number one priority every single day. I'm going to move on out of the way. We're going to have some housekeeping and get the show started. But first, I already told you that unity and community is a part of the vision here. And with that being said, we take pride in giving other women opportunities to show their light, to own their voices, and to shine while they are here at Women in Media. Our host for today is none other than Miss BBB. I first want to say thank you so much to Ms. BBB, Black, Bold, and Beautiful, for partnering with us on Activate Your Power and for being a part of the engine and the production that is bringing you Activate Your Power. Miss BBB is the host and creator of Black, Bold, and Beautiful, a platform that encourages truth and understanding, purpose by implementing self-care strategies through digital and media productions. Miss BBB utilizes her voice to be creative through the arts to advocate personal understanding of self-worth. While on a mission to discover her purpose, she has built Black, Bold, and Beautiful to help others feel comfortable with who they are in their skin. She encourages the leap of faith to be bold in everything and to see beauty within and along your journey. You can join the Black, Bold, and Beautiful community for you can join BBB's community for Black, Bold, and Beautiful experiences by connecting with her today. Blackboldandbeautiful.com. Without further ado, I'm going to bring her right to the stage. Let's show some love to my girl, Miss BBB.
What's going on, everybody? Divine afternoon, divine afternoon. Thank you, Danielle, for that great introduction. You actually saved me a mouthful. How are you guys doing today, WIM family? If you are feeling good, let me know in the comments. I need you to share this live stream with all your family members and all your friends. They can still register for this summit. Just, send the link on out and they can register on up. It's in my bio, it's in Danielle Jeter's bio, it's in the WIM bio. I am excited to be here. How are y'all feeling today? Let me know in the comments. I need you to share one abstract word. I'm feeling energetic and I want to keep this energy up from yesterday because day 1 was amazing. I was so thankful and so grateful to be in the building. It had me thinking about a lot and I'm bringing to the table what I'm grateful for today. So while you're joining this live stream, I also need you to share 3 things that you're grateful for today, okay? I'm grateful for good health. I'm grateful for a good company. And I am extremely grateful to network with all of you. What's going on, Win family? It's your favorite host, Miss BBB. We are in the Activate Your Power Virtual Summit Day 2 kick off. We have a beautiful line up for you. As Danielle Jeter shared, I am Miss Black Bold the Beautiful, a brand that advocates truth and understanding by implementing digital and media productions. My goal is to bring motivation to the purposeful creative. And I believe I've been doing that throughout this past year, sharing some affirmations, inviting my butterflies into the community. And I'm just trying to make sure that I'm giving it all I got. So I'm here to make sure that you are giving it all that you got today. All right, let's get into it because we have a great lineup. I don't even want to stand in front of you long. Well, sit in front of you long. So I'm going to keep things rolling. Recapping yesterday real quick. I love how Jeter kicked off everything, sharing how this summit is going down, from activating your business, activating your finances, activating your mind, and activating your growth. Yesterday, we talked about activating your mindset and activating your finances. We had 2 fabulous guests. I enjoyed them so much. Audrey Cash and Nicole Gardner. Audrey talked about activating your mindset. She focused on breath breaks, and she also focused on easing your mind. Do you guys remember the activity? We had some homework. Make sure you drop it in the Activate Your Power Facebook group. Nicole, she reminded us that there can be some myths for money blocks within the community and within this world. So we just want to make sure that we are not holding ourselves back as we are gathering our finances and being the boss babes that we want to be. So let's go ahead and get into today. Are you ready? We have 3 amazing boss women queens lined up to speak to you this divine afternoon. Our first speaker is Latoya Cooper. She resides for Oklahoma, California. She has a passion for music. She is a former singer and songwriter and guitarist, and she wants to make sure that we are understanding how to utilize our passions and our gifts. So let's go ahead and bring Latoya to the stage. Win family, I need you to share this live stream with your family and friends because this virtual summit is free. I need you to let me know in the comments 1 abstract word that tells me how you're feeling. Let me know 3 ways you are grateful for today, and let's kick this off.
Hi, sis. Sorry to tap in and to stop you, Latoya. I don't think we can hear your audio. If you can hear Latoya, please go ahead and leave a comment below. If you can't, let us know. I believe her mic is muted. Latoya, I believe your mic is muted.
My love affair with you, my love affair with you saved my soul from growing cold. Music, you never leave me, no. Music, you save my soul from going cold. Imagine being silent and silenced for 10 years. And as a result, suffering from depression because you do not know or understand the power of your gift. My name is Latoya Cooper. I am an A-list artist career strategist, MBA grad in the visionary behind Music Meets the Boardroom. Our mission is helping indie artist entrepreneurs, creative beings, find their superpower and build a powerful plan for action. There are 4 things. Thank you. There are 4 things that guide everything that we do and what I personally am committed to. 1 is helping gifted people born with gifts and talents, to find their superpower and a powerful, clear mission for their gift. building out a plan, a custom plan, so they know how to use their gift and to move with intention. And ownership, not only understanding how to protect it legally, but also how to protect it from a spiritual realm as well, because it is a trusted gift, a trusted light. And with all of that, moving forward unapologetically in action. Today, we're going to talk about and have a conversation around the power of our gift, the importance of understanding the power of our gift, your gift. But before we can even get into that conversation, we have to know what our gift is and accept what that gift is so that we can move in alignment. Because when you move in alignment, everyone who has the opportunity to experience you is in alignment. Isn't that a beautiful thing to know that your gift creates space for other people to flow openly in their gifts and purpose? Let me share with you 6 different steps that you can explore to help you get clear about your gift, your superpower. And I left a link in the private chat that can be shared in the comment section with everyone. And this will be part of your homework, something you can take away with you today. 1, get curious about the people that you admire the most. What do they have in common? And what similarities do you have in common with them? Oftentimes, we gravitate towards people who have that thing that we know we have too, but we may not feel or as confident to go out and use it on a bigger scale. So what exactly do they have in common? Start to write down a list of the things that you do well. Don't think about it. Don't have to spend a lot of time thinking about the details. Just write from your heart. And you know what? You can come back to that list later if you want to, but just start jotting those things down. And also ask people close to you. If you were to hire me for something, what would it be? And they'll tell you. It may not be in great detail. It may be kind of vague, but it will help you in some capacity, right? Thank you, Summer. Yes, it will help you. It'll help you get to that point, that point of precision. And pay attention to what people come to you for. What are people asking you for most? Oftentimes it's something that annoys the crap out of you. It's like they're constantly asking me for this. And why is this? What is going on in this space to where I need to pay attention more? There's something powerful in this space. It may not be exactly the thing that people are asking you for, but your gift, your superpower, your trusted gift is tied to that in some capacity. And the next point is very powerful. It is healing trauma. Taking the time to invest in healing trauma. Why is this? Because our trauma can confuse us. It can confuse how we serve, how we show up, and how we receive through our gift. Yes. Our gift is not just about serving as well. It's also receiving what it is that we need to receive and being open and receptive of that, right? And work outside of your circle, outside of your comfort zone with someone, a neutral party who can help you take all of this stuff and make sense of it so that you can get to a real place where you're moving forward clearly. And the final point and step is just to get real with yourself and have an honest conversation, to get into a space of silence so you can hear. And most important, trust your inner voice. Your inner voice never steers you wrong. It is always there for you, and it will help you gain clarity around your gift and the power of your gift. And once you are clear about your gift, you then can start to move in the way it is intended to be used and moved in with. And you can move with clear intentions. This helps to take all that confusion away because we want to move clear so everything around us is clear and everyone around us is clear as well. The power of your gift. Your gift is a trusted light. And when we walk in alignment, you shine. You shine so bright. And you don't have to let anybody know that you're walking into the room. Your gift will shine and they will see you. They will hear you. And here's some other elements that are important. Your trusted gift, your trusted light is a spiritual thing. It is beyond ourselves. It is beyond you. It is beyond me. And we cannot use the spiritual trusted gift in its full capacity without the spiritual connection. Whatever that looks like for you, be honest in that space. Your trusted gift, the power of your gift, is a tool to inspire, to heal, to help, to encourage, to make the world a better place so that people, other people around you can see what's possible. Not only see what's possible, but be inspired to move forward in their own purpose-filled mission because you've created space for them to show up in that possibility. Your gift, your trusted gift, your powerful gift has the ability to move people into action. It's powerful and it's influential. This brings me to my next point here. The power of your gift, it's powerful because of these elements that I mentioned and so many more. It's powerful and it's influential. And when you know that, and you're stepping into that space to do whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing in a powerful, effective way, as a result, everything becomes attracted to you. Everything good becomes attracted to you. And hear me very clearly on this next point. Not only everything that's good is attracted to you, but there are elements that are bad that are also attracted to you. When you understand the nature in which your gift is given, you're more likely to protect it because you see the value in protecting it. There are energies that want to control and destroy your gift, your powerful, influential gift that is changing the world for the better. And be aware of that. And by trusting your inner voice, by becoming and staying spiritually connected, trusting your intuition and discernment, that's going to help guide you through this process so that you continue to protect your gift, be effective in a way that keeps you whole, peaceful, and focused. Study the industry in which your gift is going to be serving in. The more you know, the more prepared you are for what it is that you're going to be faced with. And also, take whatever legal action you need to take. Any sort of steps you can take legally in terms of government recognized steps and efforts, take those things. A great example would be when we see entrepreneurs, creative beings creating beautiful works of art, and we hear the stories around them where they say, my work is being stolen. And this is something we can work through knowledge and education to prevent as much as possible. So if you have a gift, if you're inventing something, if you're moving talently along in your journey, take the proper steps to trademark, to copyright, to put in issue patents, and learn those processes. And most importantly, trust your inner guide, as I mentioned before. So before I close out today, I want to ask you a few questions. And this is on that homework document as well. You can take with you and you can print out and use these elements throughout your journey. Write down your thoughts about your spiritual gift. Your spiritual gift, as I mentioned, is connected to the power of your gift. Understanding the power of your gift. What do you know about your spiritual gift at this point in your journey and career? What do you know about it? Have you ever taken the time to write that down and have a conversation around that with yourself and have an honest dialogue? What's going on here? What do I have that's so special? And also, what what will you pay closer attention to as you move forward in relationship to your spiritual gift, the power of your gift, and moving powerfully and activating that power? What will you pay closer attention to? Is it the environments? Is it what you listen to? Is it the company that you keep? Is it the work that you do? What exactly is it that will elevate you and keep you wrapped up tight in protection there? How do you plan to keep your spirit? How do you plan to keep yourself spiritually balanced and connected throughout your journey? Because we all know that you're going to be pushed left and right, and things are going to happen, and sometimes we get off base. But what's going to bring us back to that place of being anchored? And my final question I have for you is this: what steps will you take to keep your trusted gift close and dear to you, and so that it's not handed over to someone else, because you understand the power of it and that you're trusted with it? What steps will you take to keep your trusted gift close and dear to you so that you're moving powerfully? And in conclusion, I want to thank you for listening today and giving me the time to share with you today. And had I not taken the time to complete many of the steps that I mentioned with you today, to get into a place of silence and to have those realizations with myself, I personally would have never been able to understand the power of my gift. And as a result, I would not be here with you today to share this. So thank you very much. Thank you. Are there any questions?
Yes, let's get into it with Latoya. She was everything. She came out the gate running with it. I was like, all right, hitting us with the heavy hitters, affirmations,
my audio
and how to pay attention
well
to our purpose. Latoya, how do you feel? You can't hear me?
I can't hear you.
All right, can you hear me now? Yeah, that is interesting. I'm going to make sure then the next week that we hear all that. How do you feel? Because you just gave a lot of gems right there. You came out the gate running with it, making sure that we are staying in line with our purpose. I love it. I love it. One thing I really enjoyed was that she told us to write down the things that we did well. When I was stepping into my passion and getting into a media, one of my media coaches shared with me, ask some of the people, what's some 3 things that describes you? Or ask some people, can you see me in this limelight? So I think everything Latoya said was right on spot. And that's something that we need to do consistently, because we are always changing our atmosphere and we are always trying to collaborate with like-minded people. Let's clap it up for her. I'm going to keep it rolling because we are on a time frame. Make sure you are sharing this live stream with a family member or friends. I did share the link that Latoya shared for the homework tonight. So tap into that. She dropped some questions that need to be answered. I know I'm going to tap into the assignment. I love that all these homework assignments are journaling experiences, because that art of channeling into who you are and being alone is powerful. Let's bring our second speaker to the stage. Candace Yeager, award-winning executive coach, helping entrepreneurs break out in the industry, 500 Forbes, Fortune. Let's get into it. I can't wait for her to help us with our mindset so that way we can level up with our business. Candace, are you ready? Because I'm ready. Win family, please drop some hearts in the comments. Let's keep this energy going. Don't forget to let me know how you're feeling with one abstract word.
I hope you all can see me and can hear me. I'm so glad to be here with you all today. I am really excited to talk about this topic here, which is building our unstoppable tribe. Bear with me a little bit. I've had some technology issues here today. So I want to talk about building an unstoppable tribe. This is something that is so important for our happiness, our health, our wealth. Here are some stats. I don't know about you. I am a numbers nerd. These are based on 3 different studies that I've found. First of all, there was a poll taken of a whole group of women. 58% of those women said that their mood was directly impacted by friendship variables, meaning what was going on in their friend's life was directly impacting their mood and their own happiness. Also, I found that 64% of women who were going through breast cancer were more likely to die from their cancer if they didn't have a support system. So not having that tribe, not feeling like there was a tribe surrounding them, made them much more likely to pass away from this horrible cancer. On an upside, there was a poll that showed 78% of successful entrepreneurs contributed their success to having a strong support system. So we all know, I know that everyone that's listening here, everyone that is checking in today, listening to these wonderful speakers, like we're all independent, we're all driven, but it's so important for us to come together and have a community as well. So I want to share a little bit about the differences with stress for men and women. Many of us know that when we're stressed, our cortisol levels go through the roof. That's the stress hormone. That's what makes it hard for us to process fat so we can gain weight. It's what makes us really sluggish. It's what kind of makes us want to fight or flight. Not only cortisol, but women, when we're stressed, we see an uptick in oxytocin. Oxytocin is that hormone that it's like the mom and baby hormone that like gets us to bond with our children when they're born. But research also shows that oxytocin also drives us to want to bond with the women around us. This is based in, way back in the day when there were woolly mammoths and we all had to, as women, come together, protect the children, and act as one full village to not only survive, but for our family to survive. What happens when we're stressed and cortisol goes up? And then oxytocin, only for us women, not men. When those things go up, your body is literally screaming for us to seek out and find our tribe. So, of course, it's wonderful to have a strong tribe and to have an amazing support system around us. But where do we start? And this is something that me personally, I've had to go through time and time again in terms of starting to build a new community, new tribe, new friendships. Now, I'm going to talk about this topic kind of twofold. One is just us existing in the world as women, where it's beneficial for our health and our wealth and our mood to have a strong tribe, but also as business owners and business women. So I'm going to dabble a little bit about personal and then also just in our professional lives. So where do we start? This is a system that I've used time and time again, as well as many of my clients and many of my friends. It's all based in psychology research. I have my master's in psychology and my master's in business. All of my work kind of goes down to that science, goes down to that psychology tools. So here's the 4 building blocks: listen, list and gift, lean in, and let go. So the reason this might not make sense right now, but I want you to remember these 4 L's, because this is something that's really easy to kind of come back to, later down the line. Just remember, listen, lift and gift, lean in, let go. So let's start with listen. This is something that, I started my first company 10 years ago, a little over 10 years ago now, when I went full-time into entrepreneurship. People were always fascinated at how I was able to build such a strong network so easily, to the point that my very first business, it is surviving and thriving to this day. And it is the point that I, work on it, not in it anymore, not involved in the day-to-day. How did I build a successful business without spending $1 on marketing or advertising? It's because I built a really strong network. And this is the core component that I started with when networking and just building strong connections with people. Now, active listening versus agenda listening. This is huge. How many people, and please drop in the comments, let's be honest with one another. I'm being honest with you. I had to last minute, I'm visiting family. I'm hiding in a bedroom right now in the corner with the sheets. Okay. Let's be honest with one another here. Let's be real. Agenda listening. Has anyone been in a conversation with someone, whether you are networking or meeting someone for the first time, and you're listening to them? They might be saying what they do. They might be telling you their 30-second pitch. They might just be asking, this is how I heard about this event, etc. How many of us in the back of our heads are like, okay, as soon as this person shuts up, I have to say X, Y, Z. We're not trying to be rude, but in the back of our minds, we have this agenda of all the things that we have to say. When we actively listen, we turn off the voice in our head, turn off, these are all the things that I have to say. I have to tell them my pitch. I have to sell them this. I have to do this. I have to do that. Completely push that aside, truly actively listening. What that does, especially in a situation where you're networking or meeting someone professionally for the first time, you have the opportunity to actually hear what they need and how you'd be able to work together. So always remember to listen actively instead of with an agenda. Next, it's all about buzzed conversation. What does this mean? Let someone talk about themselves. So this is the 80-20 rule when it comes to meeting a new woman. The reason I say networking specifically with women, because we know there's a whole different dynamic when we're networking and meeting with men. When we're meeting with another woman and we want to truly listen to them, the 80-20 rule is listening to them talking about themselves 80% of the time. Get them talking about themselves. 20% of the time, you're talking about you or just asking really interesting questions. Buzzed conversation is when you literally leave someone feeling high after talking to you. Now, that means when somebody's talking about themselves, you have to get them talking about themselves, not their job, their title, etc., but something they're really passionate about, something they love. Get them talking about themselves. Studies show that when people talk about themselves, the parts of the brain, the same parts of the brain light up and are activated as when someone is drinking, doing drugs, having sex. That is how good somebody feels when they get to talk about themselves in a positive way. So get them buzzed, get them high. Next is the lift and gift. This is something that I swear by, and I know many of us here swear by this. Lift as we rise. It is so important when you're building a tribe or just even networking and meeting new people to lift them up just as much as you're focused on rising yourself. I used to say 10 years ago, I used to say lift as you climb, but I felt like I was really kind of climbing in my career. Now I feel like I'm on a whole new level and I really want to lift as I rise. That means bringing up everyone with us. Every single person that we meet is an opportunity for them to join our tribe and bring them in and bring them up with us and let them feel welcomed. It's about gifts. It's about gifts. So we're listening first and foremost when we meet someone. Gifts are so important whether we meet someone for the first time or someone that we've known and we want to maintain a relationship with. I don't mean stuff. I don't mean stuff at all. I mean, you just meet someone for the first time. There's going to be some amazing in real life things happening at this retreat in a couple days. Say you meet someone for the first time, you're listening to them, etc. What do you do before you leave the conversation? You have to leave them with a gift. You got them high. You're whining and dining them. You got them high, little buzzed off of talking about themselves. Leave them with a present, whether you're saying, I can connect you to this person that will help your business. You have to check out this community, Women in Media, for example, that would really benefit your career. You know, you listen to them, you know what they want, so you can connect them to the right resources, advice, and support. Always, always leave someone with something. It's not about us, what we can get out of the relationship. First and foremost, to build a strong tribe, we got to put the highlight on them. Third, lean into authentic connections. This is so important. It's a lot of times when we are in newer relationships or potential new relationships or meeting new connections, it's really easy to kind of put on that mask and fake it till you make it. Let me tell you, it's all about being authentic and vulnerable if you really want to connect on a deeper level. That's what creates an unstoppable, strong tribe, is just being real and authentic right up front. All of you watching this, all of you with me today, you are part of my tribe. I am being authentic and vulnerable. I had a really great setup. I'm out of town right now. I had a great setup in one room, great lighting, everything. Last minute, somebody starts using a leaf blower or something outside, right outside the window. Now, I'm being authentic. There's a sheet behind me. I'm sitting on a bed. We're all hanging out together. We're all friends here. It's so important just to be real. Share your why with someone when you're first meeting them. And you're talking about your business. You've let them talk about themselves. They got a little high, sharing what they love, sharing their passion. You offered to network, to introduce them to someone and to help them network, whatever it was, whatever gift you gave them. Next, you have to share your why. Why do you do what you do? You can't just begin a relationship with titles and, agendas and wanting to sell something or wanting to get something out of it. You have to be vulnerable and be willing to kind of put that mask down and share with your new connections why you do what you do, why you're so passionate about what you do. I know everyone that's here today feels really deep, strong passion about their work for a reason. Like, don't just keep that in, share it. That helps people relate to you, and it helps them want to help you and want to connect and want to kind of just join forces to help one another. Next is show the true you. Be the same person on social media and in real life. I know that sounds, so simple for a lot of people, but it's really easy to kind of fall into a trap of like only showing the best version of ourselves. And when you're meeting someone for the first time and in the initial, building of a connection and relationship, and then they go on your social media and it seems like two totally different people, that misalignment can be confusing for people. Next, this is a big piece of leaning in. Put in an ask. Put in an ask. What does this mean? People love to help. People love to support one another. As women, especially. I was talking about that oxytocin before. Like, when we put in the ask and we help one another, like, the oxytocin goes up when one woman's helping another, and it helps us feel bonded. We want that. Like, our chemical makeup is seeking to help one another. So when we hesitate to ask someone for something, not only are we doing a disservice for ourselves, but we're doing a disservice to them in the relationship. Asking and receiving really builds a stronger bond between people. And really, like, we're all in this together, as professional women that are really trying to activate our power and really kind of step up to the next level. So don't hesitate to put in an ask, whatever that is. You might be meeting someone for the first time. You helped them with something. You let them talk about themselves. Don't be afraid to end with an ask. You know, this is where I'm at in my career, and I'm really trying to, you know, find a really great editor for my book. You know, do you know anyone? You know, based on everything that you just told me, sounds like you have some really great connections in the industry. Like, who do you advise I work with? People love to ask, they love to give advice. The next is random gifts. So after we first met someone, like I said, networking event, we give them a gift in terms of something that they can take away, a resource, introduction to person, whatever. Random gifts are letting people in your world, in your tribe, know that you are still thinking about them. So that might be, you know, on your cell phone, you were, you know, you saw a really great social media post that, you know, someone in your tribe, whether it's someone you recently just met or someone that has been in your world for years, you know that they would love this social media post. You know that it would give them a boost. You haven't talked to them in some time. It takes 10 seconds to forward that to them, and it can brighten someone's day. That's a random gift, and that just builds stronger connections and helps you really lean in to those connections. You can send, you know, I love to forward articles when someone in my world, because I love articles, I love scientific research. So when I find something fascinating, I will send it to someone in my network, in my tribe, even if I haven't spoken to them in quite some time. And also remember to reconnect. We are all busy. We are all very busy. Set aside time to reconnect with people. Even if you put in your calendar, like, okay, for example, every Sunday morning for half an hour, when I'm drinking my coffee, I am going to set aside the time to reconnect with people in my tribe, with my friends, with people that have given me great advice in the past, with mentors, whatever it is. A quick little note just letting people know, like, you're still in my world and I'm still here for you if you need anything. Now, this is one that I really wanted to dive into because it's wonderful if we're just working on building our tribe, attracting amazing people into our life, and just really building these strong core relationships. But it kind of all goes out the window if we have a lot of toxicity in our life. You are the CEO of your life, and you have to hire and fire accordingly. And this is one of the hardest things for many of us to do, especially many of us women, for us to do, is to fire people from our life accordingly. Sometimes we have to do a relationship detox, and this could mean one of two things. And it doesn't mean making a little recipe with green tea and drinking it every morning, although that's wonderful and healthy too. It means really taking a deep look at all of your relationships constantly and detoxing. There's two ways to detox. You can either set boundaries or you can break up. So this is what we're going to dive into here. The first course of action, when you're in a relationship with someone, it could be someone in your tribe. So what makes up your tribe? Like, you know, colleagues, coworkers, friends, business partners, you know, peers, mentors. Your tribe is all the people that surround you, not just your girlfriends. So the first course of action should be setting boundaries if you notice something is wrong. This could be someone is being very negative. They are taking from the relationship and, you know, just seem not grateful. It's one thing if it's a one-sided relationship where you're constantly helping the other person more than they're helping you, say that you're a mentor or something like that. But there has to at least be some gratitude. So if someone seems like they are taking advantage, they're constantly negative, they are holding you back in some way, they might be jealous friends, whatever the case is, first course of action is setting boundaries. Setting boundaries could be, and this is, a topic that we could dive into forever, but setting boundaries could be as simple as, what you're doing right now is not okay with me and I have to protect my space. So if someone's constantly coming to you, could be a colleague, coworker, or friend, they're constantly coming to you with negativity, they're doubting things, they just, they might be jealous of someone else, whatever it is, it just feels icky to you. You can say, I do not have the capacity for this conversation. I am protecting my headspace right now. I am not taking in any negativity, and let them know, like, you're working on you, you're protecting your own energy, your own space, and you don't have time for it and you're not making the space for it. Also, boundary setting is really important so that's the first course of action before you break up. Sometimes the boundary setting will work. You can kind of move forward, work on it together, work on the relationship together. Other times, breaking up's not an option. I cannot break up with my mother-in-law. I'm married to my husband. She gave birth to him. I actually love my mother-in-law. I just love to give that example because so many people relate to it. But we can't break up with certain people and certain relationships. That's where boundary setting comes in, where we let someone know what is okay and what is not okay if they want to maintain the relationship. Sometimes it means that we realize we have to just distance ourselves from certain people, because our goal here is to build a tribe and surround ourselves with the strongest people possible, the people that have the best intentions, that we can kind of feel off one another and vibe off one another to get to the next level, so we truly can be unstoppable. So setting those boundaries and kind of protecting your space and protecting what you have in mind for yourself and what you have in store for yourself. Next is breaking up. Do not hesitate to break up. I have broken up with pretty much everyone on this list. I've broken up with colleagues, I've broken up with friends, I've broken up with clients. It's okay to, if you truly want an unstoppable tribe, you cannot have certain people that are just like vampires, just sucking your energy and your positivity and your momentum from you. If you have a client that just is not in alignment with you, it's time to fire them. It's time to break up. I have broken up with friends because, in all honesty, I, for example, was focused, this is back in my first master's program, I was focused on my career and I was focused on certain things that I wanted from life and certain goals, and loved these friends, had been friends with them for a long, long time. Boundary setting wasn't working, and all they wanted to do was party and gossip, and their main focus was like counting down the hours to happy hour on the weekday, whereas I was trying to get everything done before Friday because I had certain goals. It wasn't in alignment. Boundary setting wasn't working. It was time to break up. I sat down and had the hard conversation. I love you as a human being. I love you. You're someone that's so fun to hang out with. I want the best for you, but what's happening right now is not working for me, and I have to protect my energy and what I'm trying to do in life. And right now it's not working, and maybe we can come back together down the line and pick up where we left off. Sometimes you have to break up. It doesn't mean necessarily ghosting someone. Sometimes you have to literally detox them out. So those are the 4 building blocks. Listen, lift and gift, lean in, and let go. Now, homework. I heard the last speaker was wonderful. She was talking about gifts, and I just thought that this was so perfect, because as I was listening to her, I was so excited to share with you what your homework is. So as you know, we are doing homework throughout the summit. We are sharing it in this group. The homework for you that I have, which might sound really simple, it's going to be a little more challenging for many of us than we expect. Give or ask for a gift for someone you just met. So whether it is in this group someone that you've never talked to before, you see that they have a certain experience on their profile that could be beneficial for you, ask advice. Reach out to the stranger, ask for advice, give a gift, whatever it is. In this group, find someone that you don't know or you don't know well, and either give them a gift or ask them for something. And I want to hear all about it. I want to hear how it felt. I want to hear if it was challenging. The key is to really kind of get in the habit of thinking of building strong relationships by giving and asking. And to wrap up, my gift to you, first of all, I am here for anyone who needs anything. We're friends now. We're hanging out in a bedroom with a sheet over the window. We're friends. So I'm here for you for anything that you need. Please reach out to me. Any questions, if you want more information, if you just want to kind of chat more about this stuff, you can reach out to me. I'll share my info. But I also have 6 free 30-minute strategy sessions to gift. So first come, first serve, shoot me a message, comment, whatever it is, whether it's for professional relationship coaching, business strategy, confidence coaching, career strategy, whatever it is. Let me know, reach out to me, and I'm more than happy to give those gifts. And anything else you want, don't hesitate to ask. And here is my contact information and everywhere that you can find me. And I really, really look forward to adding so many of you to my tribe. I have some amazing women in my tribe. A couple of them I think are listening in here now. And I hope to continue to build a relationship with all of you.
Yes, let's clap it up for Candace Jaeger. I'm gonna remind y'all that this live will be back in the Facebook group for replay because Candace dropped all the gems. I thought I was in my house talking to my girlfriend right there when we was talking about the tribe and boundaries and relationships. I was like, we gotta cut some people off because if you can't come on this train, you can't just be on this train. It is very important that we have that mindset, ladies. Thank you, Candace Jaeger, for sharing that and helping us activate our mindset in those different ways. Those 4 building blocks, come on with it. We're going to run that back, and I'll make sure the ladies is doing their homework. These homework assignments is everything. They is everything that we need, not just for this summit and the in-person retreat, but just to utilize each and every day. I told y'all Miss BBB is all about motivating the purposeful creative and understanding your purpose, so we have to live in our truth. WIN family, how are y'all feeling? Are you alive, awake, alert, and enthusiastic? It's Monday. Monday is my favorite day of the week. That's normally when I drop my podcast, so I'm excited to be hosting this event on this Monday. Throw some hearts up in the comments if you have enjoyed Latoya Cooper, if you have enjoyed Candace Jaeger. We have one more speaker for you. One more. And I'm excited for this one because it's right in my lane, right in my alley. This is a media boss, Pat Obler. She's coming to the stage to drop some media hacks. She's a Nigerian broadcaster, former radio and TV host. She has founded the Mogulist Africa, a women empowerment and helping women in business. I'm going to let her share some more because I got to get into this one right here. I'm telling you, my pen, my paper is out. If y'all have y'all notebooks out, take some notes and we're going to get back into it. Everybody has been sharing some great things. Pat, are you ready, girl?
Hello, BB. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Come on with it, sis. Come on with it. Share what you got with the WIN community today.
It's a pleasure to join you guys. I'm so happy. I'm shouting out to everyone. My love to all my sisters in America. I'm right here in the city of Ibadan in Nigeria, precisely in Africa, on the African continent. And I'm very excited and I'm grateful for this opportunity. And I want to thank the organizers, WIN Global, and I want to thank my sister, DP Jeter, for the platform, for the opportunity. It's been awesome what you guys are doing. And I listened to the last 2 speakers. Candace was awesome, talking about boundaries. and Latoya also talking about gifts. You know, awesome, awesome. And I know you guys also had a good time with the whole session yesterday. And today I want to be sharing a few thoughts around. Of course, I'm a media girl, right? So maybe in between I might drop some nutshell about the media, like BB said. But basically today I want to share thoughts more in terms of how to activate your mindset, right? Basically, so I know that so far we've been able to cover topics around activate your power, activate your finances, and activate your gifts, and so many other activation series that we need to understand. Now, it's very important to talk about mindset because when it comes to the issue of mindset, it is quite overwhelming, and it's a lot of areas. Okay, a lot of things that we need to focus on. And for me, when I use the word mind, I think our mind is very, very powerful because that is where the decisions we make about life and death, that is where it emanates from. And then you also want to think about some of the things, some of the elements that defines our mind, that defines who we are, that defines this next step that we take. Now, before we make certain decisions about our lives, about our future in in life, there are things that propels us forward. And there are things that tell us, oh, you cannot do this now. You have to wait first. And then if you look at it, you realize that you cannot achieve a lot of things if you don't do certain things, if you don't make certain decisions. So most of our decisions are influenced by our feelings, but are influenced about how we think about the things we do. Now, our thinking doesn't just come on its own. It's not. It doesn't just automate itself. It is by virtue of how we feel, our environment, the things that has been deposited inside of us. All right, the external factors that makes us feel that we are not ready for a particular thing. So, as regards that, I'm going to be looking at three areas which I'm going to be using basically because I know that yesterday someone also spoke on how to activate your mindset, and I'll be looking at the issue of fear. I'll be looking at the issue of having self doubt. I'll be looking at imposter syndrome, and I'll be looking at self sabotage. You see, these four things that I mentioned, they're very key in in decision making. They're very key in how we, basically uh, understand how our lives and our destiny and the things that we want to do and our expectations because they inform what you do. So if you have a fearful mind, probably you want to make a decision about your next level, about the things you want to do, and you are afraid. There is there is there is a high tendency that you might not be able to do it. And now, when you are afraid, fear also comes with doubt, and that is what I hate most because doubt. When you are in doubt, it means that you cross that level of fear. Okay, now you're thinking, okay, now I'm no longer afraid of this thing. I want to do it. And then doubt tells you, oh, can I do this? You cannot do that. And that is the most confusing thing when it comes to making decisions about life. So it's not even fear now, it is doubt. Because you begin to doubt yourself, you begin to doubt your strength and the things you're actually capable of doing. So, and then we have the whole concept of imposter syndrome and self sabotage. Now, this particular one, I must give kudos to one of my sisters. Her name is Ahi. She was part of the Women Mogulate Africa Summit, the annual one we had, I think, in 2019. And she was the first person that made me realize that actually I've been living in self sabotage. I've had the experience. You know, when you're going through stuff and then you can't even describe what you're going through. So when she started describing these terms, that was when I knew that, oh, actually, this was what that I was going through basically. So she talked about self sabotage. Self sabotage is one of the most dangerous things that can happen to any human being because self sabotage makes you feel like you are not qualified for something, that you're not worth something. And even when those things come to you, you tend to want to take excuses for them. You tend to want to feel that you're not ready for all the big things, all the successes that is coming your way. Okay. And then for imposter syndrome, you tend to feel like a thief when things are happening to you in your favor. You feel like you don't deserve it. You think that, oh, you're lucky to, you always think that everything you have is a virtue of luck. And then you feel so surprised and so shocked when people give you approvals, when you get opportunities. You start saying, oh, you get so shocked and so surprised. Like for instance, someone was actually making reference to this, that when a man proposes to you, or when you think that you're dating a very great guy, and then you can't get that out of your mind, because of that you're overshadowed by his awesomeness. You feel that you're not good enough for him, and because of that you are holding out on his toxic traits and behavior. That is a sign of imposter syndrome. You're feeling like, oh, you don't deserve him anyways. So the fact that he is there is enough. So no matter what he is doing to you or she is doing to you, it's okay. That is, a sign of imposter syndrome. Now, I'm here tonight to let you know that whatever it is that comes your way, you deserve it and you worked for it. Even if you don't work for it, if it comes to you, that's God giving it to you. That's God telling you that you deserve it. So you shouldn't be afraid of whatever it is that is coming your way. You shouldn't be afraid of whatever opportunities that you are enjoying. But because you are afraid, because of the whole concept of self-sabotage and the imposter syndrome, you tend to feel like, oh, you don't deserve all these things. But I'm telling you tonight that you deserve it. Now, when we talk about mindset, someone I respect so much said something that really struck me some time ago. He said the greatest battle we can fight as human beings is a battle of the mind. Because in your mind, that is where everything emanates from. Whatever it is you want to do, whatever, if you think you can, you can. If you think you cannot, then you cannot. Everything is right, starts and ends right in the mind. So sometimes, if you have a good mindset about your life, about your destiny, even if things are not going your way, you still feel inspired. You still feel purposeful. When you fail, you feel like a winner. You know that yes, you're going to give it another shot because your mind is intact. So no matter what, how you feel every day, no matter how much the world messes you up, do not let anyone to penetrate your mind. Do not let anyone to mess up your mindset, because that is very, very important. Very, very important. So whatever you do, always safeguard your mind. Always safeguard how you feel. Always safeguard your thoughts and protect them from fear. So tonight, as you're listening to me, you tell yourself you're going to divorce fear. You're going to divorce self-doubt. You're going to divorce imposter syndrome. That feeling that makes you feel like you're not worth the things that is coming your way. You're worth it. You deserve it. You are special. You are beautiful. You're phenomenal. So and then you get good things and you think that the next person is better than you. No, you are better. So always have that at the back of your mind, because that is what is really going to help you to scale up your life, to scale up your business. Because if you have a wrong mindset about yourself, about the things that you do, it will not grow at all. Now, another thing I want to talk to you about is the importance of promoting yourself. Now, if you have a negative mindset about yourself, about the things that you do, if you're afraid, you will not even have the confidence to show up for yourself. You will not even have the confidence to promote what you do online, because you feel that it's not, you want to get to that point of perfection. You want to get to that point where people feel, oh yes, you've done this, you've done that, so now you can have it. Now you can be validated for this thing. You cannot wait for people to validate you. It's a mindset thing to say, oh, I cannot do this now until I am this. I cannot do that now until I'm that. Now, I'm not saying that it's not important that it's not important that you ignore process. Process is very, very good. It's good to learn. It's good to do what you have to do. But do not at any point in time limit yourself or create a mental blockage in whatever you want to do. So anything you want to do, you just position yourself and tell yourself, I'm going to do this, and then you go ahead and do it. Even if you're afraid, even if you're shaking, even if you would think that you're not the most beautiful, you just go ahead and do it and make it happen. That's the most important thing, because that is how we create magic. Now, if you look at the greatest people in the world, they have this mindset of doing. They have this mindset of not allowing their fears to control them. Now look at what is trending now on this space. Richard Branson, the founder of Virgin Atlantic, has gone to the galactic space. And he says something I read because I'm on the radio actually, so I had to take a break to come do this live with you guys. And he said something that he's been dreaming of going to this space from childhood. All right, now I think he's gone once and he's failed, and then he's had a successful second one. So that's someone who is not giving up. That's anything could have happened to him. So for him, he's not thinking about death. He's not thinking about whether he's going to arrive there or not. He's more focused on where he's going. So also, when you're thinking about what you want to do, you don't focus on fear. You focus on your process. You focus on your journey. You focus on where you are going. That because that's the most important thing. When you focus on that, you would see that even if there are obstacles on your way, you will still eventually get to where you're going. But if you always want to do something and then you think that, oh, I can't do this now because I don't have this, because I don't have that, you might never do it. So now another thing you need to do when you want to conquer fear, self-sabotage or anything, is to build capacity for what you want. You have to build capacity for the future that you desire, for what you want to see. Okay? If you're interested in a particular business, you have to build capacity for that business by learning the ropes. If you want to become an honest personality, you have to build capacity for it. You know, do whatever you want to do. Go for volunteering roles, go for internships, be a part of a membership community like the WIM Global, a very strong, beautiful platform to be on if you want to build your brand as a media personality, not just local, but international. Okay, you want to read books on media, you build capacity for it. You start your own vlog, you start your own podcast, you do your presentation, you start practicing. Before you know it, you're already there. Why? Because in this age and time, you don't even need the television or the radio. The social media is there. It's giving you all the platforms to do your vlog, to do your podcast. So there is no limitation for you. All right. So if it's a business you want to set up, you build capacity for that business. You find out how it is done. If it's a man that you want, you have to make your own spec. Be your spec. I mean, you have to be your own spec. Okay. So you have to position yourself in such a way that the man you desire will also desire you. So if you are in your place and you've not built capacity for the man you want, even if you shoot your shot, you're gonna shoot it wrongly. You're gonna end up probably embarrassing yourself because you've not built capacity for that man. So before you even go to him at all, you know that, oh, this is the man that I want to be with. For instance, I like Idris Elba, but he's already taken, and that's fine. that's a joke, by the way. But that's it. So imagine me if I want to build capacity for someone like that. It's a lot of process, right? So you have to be building capacity for what you want. It's being realistic with your goals. It's self-development. It's being able to look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself the truth. But then you're not doing that out of fear. You're doing that out of the fact that you want to improve on who you are. You want to improve on your personality. You want to improve on your gifts. You want to improve on your talent. You want to be the kind of person that would attract what she wants. So, and one thing about building capacity and one thing about self-development is that when you start doing it, before you know it, all the things that you're thinking of or imagining, they will start coming to you to be so natural, to be a process, right? So that is very, very important. I have a few other points here. Now, in conquering self-sabotage, in conquering imposter syndrome, in conquering fear and doubts, it's very important that you don't compete with your fellow woman. I want to tell you this beautiful day to all the beautiful women watching me right now, to all the beautiful participants, to all the awesome team at WIM Global. The other woman is not your problem. So if you are afraid to make a move about your life, and then you go on Instagram and see a lot of women living their life fearlessly, doing what they want to do, and you are there not doing it, and then you see their picture and say, oh, she's fake, or she just had a butt job, or she just did that. That's not your problem. Your problem is to focus on who you are. and be your own sister's keeper. That's why I like the men. The men, they don't envy, they don't jealous themselves, they don't do all those stuff. They just focus on growth. So you have to focus on your own growth. So if you need to grow, you can't, another woman's success or beauty or opportunities or job or career or man cannot be your own problem. You have to focus on your own journey and beautify yourself. There was at a point in my life where I felt I was struggling, and I looked at the kind of people I want to be like. I wasn't looking at them from the place of envy. I was looking at them from the place of the fact that I want to grow. I want to be where they are. And so I started paying more attention to what they post, to basically healthy things about them. And that kind of helped my mindset. Okay. And it goes a long way when you know that other women is not your problem, because that way you'll be able to focus on yourself and you'll be able to, bring out the best in yourself. Now, there is something also that happens when you're trying to live out your fear, when you're trying to, no, not live out your fear, live out your potentials, basically. When you need to shun self sabotage, imposter syndrome, um, fear, and doubt, you have to do it in a very dogged and fearless way. Something happened to me some time ago. I was shooting my shot for a particular big organization. And before you know it, they came to me and they approved, okay? They approved that I should come speak to their SME uh, uh, entrepreneurs, basically. They're about 50. And then immediately they got in touch with me. It's a very big organization. I became very scared. I was scared. I was like, oh my God, I can't do this. I'm not worth it. I can't be in front of these people. And then before you know it, I had to tap into my inner power. I had to activate my power. Let me use that word now. I had to say, come on now. I was the one who spoke at the Imperial College London. Imperial College is one of the biggest universities in the world. And I looked at this organization. Come on now. So sometimes when you're going through stuff, you have to remind yourself of where you were, where you're coming from, the demons that you conquered, the mountains that you climbed, the victories that you won is very important, because that is the one of those are some of the things that you can use to combat fear. When fear comes, you remind yourself, oh come on now, I was the one that did this. Oh, I did that. I did this. I am this. I am that. And that's where positive affirmation comes in. Whenever you're afraid of something, you have to tell yourself something good. So you bring another thing that is contrasting that particular thing, and then you use that to elevate your mindset, to elevate how you feel about that particular thing. If you're afraid of anything, you say the opposite of that thing. And then you say that you're not afraid, you're powerful, you're phenomenal, you're beautiful. So sometimes in the morning I wake up, I'm feeling down and tired. I just go in front of my mirror. I say, Patty, you're magic, Pat. You're beautiful. You have a beautiful accent. You have a beautiful voice. You're drop dead gorgeous. You're phenomenal. I tell myself all that. Sometimes people are here and they're like, oh, my aunt will tell me, oh, Pat, are you talking to yourself? I say, yeah, I'm talking to myself. Sometimes we just need a little bit of madness to make impact in life, right? So sometimes when you talk to yourself, it's good. Some people will think that you don't know what you're doing, but you know what you're doing. So it's very okay to talk to yourself. Now, another thing you need to do when you need to conquer fear or self-doubt or anything is to set a goal with a deadline. When you have a goal that you're looking forward to, you're more focused on that goal. You're not focused on whatever it is that might make you not want to activate that goal. So you focus on where you are going. You focus on what particular thing you want to achieve. That is what works for me all the time. No matter how afraid I am about something, I just set a goal and I give it a date. Once I do that, there is nothing I cannot do. It could be very hard, it could be very challenging, it could take a lot of process and planning, but I will eventually get it done. So always have a set goal in whatever you want to do, because that will go a long way in helping you to achieve, a lot of things that you want to achieve. And then I have God factor. I know that the whole concept of spirituality is not a general thing because not a lot of us want to, want to connect with this because everybody have a right to their religion, and I respect it. But for me, what works for me is the relationship, the spiritual relationship I want to believe that I have with something greater than myself, something that I cannot see. So this is the logic, right? You were we're just a human being on this earth. There are so many things that is the driving force in the things that we do. We go to sleep at night, we wake up the next morning, we take our bath, life goes on as usual. I just kind of want to think or assume that there is a force that is bigger than myself, that is making everything work. So even if I understand it or not, I want to be a part of it. I want to just rely on something bigger than myself. And that is the God factor. And because God says He's going to send the Holy Spirit to us as a helpmate, as a helper, as a standby generator. So I always choose towards the Holy Spirit for help. So whenever I'm going through something, no matter how much I'm afraid about something I want to do, I just say, the Holy Spirit, help me, help me, help me. And before you know it, the clarity is coming. So it's very important that we understand that, because when you tilt towards your spirituality, you you also tilt towards faith. And of course, what is faith? Faith is simply the opposite of fear. With faith, there is no doubt. With faith, you have more strength to combat imposter syndrome and self-sabotage. With faith, you can speak good things into your mind. You can renew your mind. You can be strong for yourself. You can be uh, um, you can be the kind of person that you imagine yourself to be. At some point in my life, I think about 3 years ago, I was doing so well, and everybody I was training on social media, oh, paddle below that. But I know that I've not gotten to where God is taking me yet, right? And then I have to tap into myself. I have to really tap into who I am. And there is no easy way to find yourself than go than through God, than through prayers. So whenever I'm afraid, I study the word of God. Whenever I'm afraid, I pray. And I also speak in tongues. Why? Because when you speak in tongues, that is one language that the devil doesn't understand. So imagine that you're so afraid you want to do something and you're shivering. Come on now. What is that fear worth? What is that self-doubt worth? The more fear and self-doubt you have, the more it is possible that your spiritual life is low. So you need to vibrate in a higher frequency. And it is the Holy Spirit that gives you that opportunity to vibrate in that frequency. So no matter what things is going through, you're speaking in tongues, you doing it anyhow. You're speaking in tongues, you're going makabo ziggy, you kabashing for the Holy Spirit. And then before you know it, you're not even remembering what you're afraid of anymore. You focus on the light. You focus on the inner light, the renewedness of your mind, because you will enjoy this calmness from the Holy Spirit. So it's very important. So I charge you, if you want to do something, you want to make a decision, and you realize that you're always afraid or you're always confused at the point, self-doubt comes on, and you're asking yourself if I should do this or if I should not do that, just tilt towards the Holy Spirit. When you do that, you live in the natural realm. You live in the external realm. You tilting towards the spiritual realm. Not even your mind now. You live in your mind. You live in your internal mind. You tweet it. You tilting towards your spiritual realm to say yes. That is a higher realm. Your mind is a medium, and then probably the external mind. I mean, the external factors are the lowest. But a lot of people tend to ignore their own mind, ignore their spirituality, and focus on the external factors to make decisions about their life. And then you base your life on the things that people are saying. Are they the one who created you? Are they the one who gave you those talents and those gifts and those beauty and that beautiful accent and that beautiful aura? No, God gave that to you. So wherever it is that you're lacking, you have to go back to that realm and vibrate higher than what it is that you're going through. And before you know it, you're doing exploits. So that's very important. So in conclusion, if you need to fix your mindset, it's also very important that you activate anything good, about your life, anything good that you know that gives you that positive vibes. Think of the things that you love doing, start doing them again. Do not limit yourself, do not neglect all your gifts. Because most of the time when you're doing something that you're passionate about, there is a high tendency that you'll not be afraid about that thing, right? So focus on what makes you happy, focus on your vibe, focus on what keeps you going. For me, sometimes it is movies, a movie that I love, it is music, sometimes it is being on radio. Okay, when I'm on radio, I'm like, okay, I'm good, right? So different things. For me, sometimes it could be with children. I love children a lot. I'm a very childlike personality. When you see me working or playing with children, you don't even determine my age because I'm gonna be like that child. I'm just gonna be playing, and because I feel that there is this innocence around children, they make you feel good. They make you understand the sovereignty of God in this world. They make you understand the innocence, the simplicity of this world. So you can spend more time with children, volunteer. It's all good because it will also because that will help you grow in a way. So basically, um, let me conclude by saying that if you are stopping yourself from your magic, if you are stopping yourself from the things that you're supposed to do and you're not doing because you're afraid, because you are having self-doubts about yourself, that is not good for you eventually. You will end up envying and being jealous of people who are doing something with their life, and it will not help you grow also. So you have to come out of your fear. I don't know how you want to do that, but I'm giving you the magic. You have the magic, you have the inspiration. You can do it because it's your life. You can do whatever you want to do. You can make a decision to make your life better and to do whatever you want to do. And do not always have this mindset that some people are lucky or some people have it all together because of all these beautiful Instagram pictures. No. Or you can think, oh, I speak slow. This person speaks fast. If I have to be like this person, I have to speak fast. No. Sometimes it might just be you being able to talk in a very slow way, in such a way that other people can be able to have a good conversation with you. I like what Candace said about listening. Some people don't have to be able to listen to other people is a gift. Okay, so it's very important. So if you're the kind of person that want to talk slow, and then you're slow to talking, and then you want to give other people room to express themselves so that you can get to know them better, so that they can bring out their sparks, that could be your gift. So do not compare yourself to anyone, and do not compete over anyone, and do not be jealous about anybody. So to avoid all that, find all the things that you're afraid about and start crushing them. So tonight, my take home exercise for you would be that you need to crush all your fears. So probably you have to go home tonight and do a list. Just tag them 10 things I am afraid of, or 20 things I am afraid of, and then list them out. And then you now write in another paper, I am no longer afraid of this thing. I am no longer afraid of this thing. Or you use the word, I divorce you. Fear, I divorce you. Anxiety, I divorce you. I'm no longer afraid of this. Now I can do this. Just say all the positive things that your mind needs to hear. Because when you need to renew your mind, you need to move. You need to give it the kind of vibe, the kind of positive vibes that it needs. Because one of the things that causes depression, around the world in people is when they are not able to actually actualize the things that they want to do. If you're too afraid to move, if you're too afraid to take a step, if you're too afraid to do things, then before you know it, you're going to start struggling with your mental health. And I don't pray that for you or for anyone because that is a very, dangerous thing. For everyone who is going through that, I'm sending you love and light. I'm telling you that you are great. There is a purpose for you on earth. There is a reason why you're here. So do not let anything mess up your mind at all. Whatever illness you're going through, that you're struggling with now, I release the healing of the Lord to your life. And I pray that you're going to enjoy bliss all round. But please work on your mindset. It is very, very important. Work on everything that you're afraid about. Work on conquering your fears. Work on, the mindset that makes you feel that you don't deserve things. You deserve it. A lot of people have lost valuable relationships because they think that they don't deserve it. I've had to lose a man that I really loved because at some point I was helter skelter, and I feel, oh God, if he comes to my life now, I don't have time for him. Let him just go, right? So for some people, there are other things too. I've had to lose some job opportunities because I feel that I don't have the resources yet. Richard Branson said something. He said, even if when people give you opportunity and then you think you don't have the resources for it yet, say yes first, and then go find a way to do that thing. Do not always say, outrightly say, oh no, I can't do this thing. Oh no, this thing is not for me. Oh no, I don't deserve this thing. If one reason why that person proposed that idea for you, or the one reason that why that guy came to you and not to other girls, because he thinks that you're worth it, because they think that you can do the job. So don't be the one to talk yourself down anymore. That is a factor of imposter syndrome and self-sabotage. You tend to feel that you don't deserve those things, but you deserve them. So please have that at the back of your mind tonight. If you're afraid of anything, it's stopping now. If you have self-sabotage and imposter syndrome and self-doubt about what you want to do, about that big decision, that big move, it ends tonight. From tomorrow, you go to bed and wake up in the morning and feel all refreshed and all good, because your time is to activate your power, to excel, to do whatever you want to do, and fulfill your purpose, the purpose to which God has created you for has come. So I want you to understand that. So when you wake up, I want you to do something for me. This is my take-home assignment for you. Every day when you wake up, list all those things that you're afraid about. List, talk to them. You know, they can hear. They can hear those things. Fear can hear. Limitations can hear you. They can hear. You speak to them, and then you pray. If you cannot speak in tongues, it's fine. But you can learn how to. You can invite the Holy Spirit. But then you can just say words, because affirmation on its own is prayer also. So when you say positive things to yourself, it is prayer. You don't necessarily have to religiously close your eyes or be in a holy place before you can pray or connect with God. It's a mindset thing. So wherever you are, you want to tell yourself good things, positive things, it is prayer. You're on your way to work, you're feeling afraid, you're anxious, someone hurt you, you feel broken-hearted, you're saying positive things to yourself. You're saying, yes, I know it's hard now, but I'm going to get to where I'm going to. I'm going to be great. My future is bright and beautiful. I have a beautiful home. I have a beautiful family. My job is thriving. My career is booming. You're saying all that positive stuff. And then imagine you making that a lifestyle. You wake up every morning, you do that for the first 10 minutes before you even greet someone. Come on now, sisters. If you do that, it's magic, because it is what you say that comes. There is the Bible says the power of life and death is not tongue. It's what you say, what you focus on, that will always come to you. There was this joke, people always say that when you think about money, it means big money is coming to you. But really, it's not far from the truth. When you have this mindset and you don't have doubt around you, before you know it, things are working together for your favor and for your good. So tonight I've spoken to you about how to activate your mindset. You know, it's basically you being positive about yourself. Basically you knowing and understanding that you deserve everything that is coming your way or has come your way, and you have the right to claim it on without doubt, without fear, and without any form of imposter syndrome. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes, say that to them, sis. Pat, you was delivering a word. And we needed it. That prayer, and you said a couple of different ones, was everything. And you never know who was watching, who was listening. And I'm sure that you uplifted someone within this live stream and within this chat today, just as well as our other sisters who joined us on this stage. Let's clap it up for Pat Obeler, our media mogul sister. Yes, thank you for joining.
Thank you.
WIM family, it has been a ride. Day 2 has been amazing. Yes, thank you to all of our speakers. We had Latoya Cooper, we had Candace Yeager, and we had Pat Obeler. I'm going to run back real quick. Their focuses, along with sharing the homework assignments, and I also will share the homework assignments from day 1 to remind all of you to make sure you're doing it. put it in the Facebook group because there are prizes and Miss BBB loves prizes. And if you don't want them, I'll definitely take them. I'll meet up with Jeter and Cash in Miami, be like, what's up? Because, you know, they didn't do the homework, but I'll happily take whatever we got going on. So speaker one, Latoya Cooper, she wanted to activate our mindset and help us focus on the passion of our gifts and make sure that we understood how to utilize them. I loved everything that she had to say. Make sure you guys are following her. My friends are going to put her handles in the chat. She had a homework assignment where she asked us to think about, you ready guys? What are your gifts? Okay, she wants you to think about what your gifts are. That's a little bit hard. It's not as easy as it might be. Think about the gifts and the talents that God has given you. What do you know about your gifts? And what can you do to improve on them? Latoya, I'm all over that homework, okay? All right. We had Candace Yeager ask us to either ask or give a gift. Now I know it's hard asking questions, but it is okay to ask questions when family. Ask those questions. No matter what type of atmosphere or who you are dealing with, remember our boundaries and ask those questions and talk about yourselves. I remember somebody who kept telling me, Ms. BBB, you sure enough talk about your business a lot. And I'm going to keep talking about my business. It's who I am. Like, I know who I am as a person. So ask or give a gift and always talk about yourself. And our good sis, Pat, just stepped up the game with making sure that we threw away self-doubt, imposterism, and self-sabotage, okay? Her homework focus is to just crush and get rid of all the fear. She shared an affirmation that we want to make sure we are uplifting and putting into the atmosphere that fear, I divorce you. I rebuke thee. Like, just let it go, okay? Sometimes we have to reassure ourselves of some things. Listen to these queens. I have some books I want to share with you. Are you ready? I'll definitely share them in the Facebook group with the authors, but let's run them real quick. The Power of Now. You have to now, we are activating our power, all right? The Confidence Code. Let's step out of our own way. We have to keep stepping out our own way. The Messy Middle. We are business ladies. There were some in the chat too, so we are some businessmen as well. Things are not going to always be peaches and cream, okay? The Messy Middle. And the last one that I want to share with you is The Art of Being Alone. That is by my very good friend Chad Black. I will share that in the comments. We have to master the art of being alone. We cannot master the art of being alone. We cannot be a vessel to others. Was I your favorite hostess with the mostest? Did I keep the energy going? I am so grateful for Women in Media Global and Level 3 Yoga for allowing Black, Bold, and Beautiful to partner with them, not only for the virtual summit, but for the in-person treat in Miami. Your girl got to get the packing going, got to get the equipment in the suitcases, figure out how I'm going to get everything throughout the airport. But I want all you guys to know that I had a great time. Keep doing your thing. My friends in the comments, you did not share what you are grateful for, but I want you to think about it, okay? Because I am very grateful that I had the opportunity to network with all of you. Follow me on Instagram @_IMBBB_ and @_miss.bbb. You can check out my website at www.blackboldandbeautiful.com. Remember always that you are Black, bold, and beautiful. It doesn't matter what race or orientation you is. That's who you are. You are who you are. You are bold and beautiful. Jeter, what's going on?
Everybody, let's give it up for Miss BBB. In the comments, I want you to show some love, drop some hearts, and your claps for Miss BBB and all of our amazing speakers. It has been a wonderful day too. So happy to have you here as our host today. You did such an amazing job, and let her know in the chat,
we had to keep the energy up. Y'all brought it on day one. I had to deliver on day two, and I'm going to deliver even more in Miami.
Listen. Make sure y'all come into Miami with us. I think we have like 3 seats left. We sent it out in an email, all of the information. But if you have more questions, you can DM Women in Media inside of the community group. And you can also hit us up on Instagram. It has been such a pleasure to work with Miss BBB. We met years ago as interns at Radio 1 Philadelphia, working for the legendary Kathy Hughes, the owner and founder of Radio 1 Philadelphia, and that is the only Black-owned, syndicated, just national radio company, and they're not only just a radio company at this point, they are a whole digital platform, and they have developed over the years. We've met there as interns, and look, we are still sisters in media. You
Still
have
sisters
joined
to this day. You've been hustling since the beginning, and it took me a while to step out of my comfort zone, but I'm happy to be in a boss footsteps like you. So we have to keep learning from each other. I believe one of our speakers said that today.
Absolutely, sis. Listen, you always have a place here at Women in Media. And all of you ladies who's tuned in right now, welcome to our sisterhood. You have certainly just found yourself an amazing community and a tribe of women who not only invest in ourselves, but we invest in each other. It's been a pleasure, and we can't wait for day 3.
Woo! It's going down. It's going down. I'm ready for day 3. I'm ready. WIM family, are you ready? Thank you for having me. I love y'all, and I will rock out with y'all soon.
Love you guys. We'll see you in the community page. Do your homework. We still trying to give away these prizes, so we look forward to seeing you, your introductions and everything. Enjoy the rest of your blessed Monday. Peace.